Yes, this is a response to the fella asking if gay men and straight men can be friends, or gay people and straight people can be friends, which is a response to the Bill O'Reilly homophobic crap on Fox. And my answer is it's a friggin' no-brainer. I'm stunned, actually, that we're still having this conversation in 2008. It's such a ridiculous view. I mean, the goofy thing, of course, is why would I, as an individual, give a shit? Give a rat's ass what you choose to do. Guy I play softball with, or shoot pool with, or play hockey with, or whatever. Talk politics with, or whatever. What do I care what he does? Who his love is for? What kind of women? If he's straight, I mean, whether he likes men or skinny or chunky or whatever, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. I mean, I will preface this. I live in Canada, and we have gay marriages allowed here. And we did have a bit of a kerfuffle about it when it was happening. A whole bunch of much ado about nothing. Not unlike Tipper Gore going off on, taking one unrelated thing and putting it to another unrelated thing. Why are kids committing suicide? Well, it's instead of approaching the issue with seriousness and talking about the real pressures that kids go under and the peer pressure and things of that nature, this constant pressure to fit in, to fit the norm, the one, the accepted. Well, we can't do that, because then we might have to look inside ourselves and expose some of our stereotypes and some of our prejudices that were passed down from limited sources. Most people know what they know for a long time, for how they were raised from their parents, and then they in turn from their parents, and they in turn from their parents, and so forth. Now, if you go in Canada, like I'm 8th generation Canadian, so if you go back 8 generations, you find us in the small town of Fleming, Saskatchewan. We're talking 100 years ago or so, and it's a small community. And everyone's pretty much of a certain descent. They're from they're newcomers to Canada, and they came from Scotland, or they came from England, or they came from Dutch or German or Germania, or whatever the case may be. And so you have these little, well, I'm comfortable in this little thing, and someone comes from another part of the world. Well, they're different. Their customs are different than ours, and so forth. I think all it is just an awakening. Some would say an evolution. My personal feeling is that we've actually devolved. That's what I think. Alexander the Great. The shit in Rome, where historically speaking, there were people swung both ways and every which way but loose. It seemed that. But I think it's hypercritical and completely arrogant if, quote unquote, traditional straight marriage was batting 1,000 and 100% people stayed together for all the right reasons, and we were all lovey-dovey and hearts and flowers forevermore, then maybe I would think different. But since half of all marriages fail for whatever reason, this notion that a gay man who loves another man is somehow assault on the concept of marriage is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't really get it. The Harry Potter thing, she did it for publicity, is what I think. I don't know why. Harry Potter is a phenomenon. I don't know why she needed the publicity. The publicity. Who the hell knows? You know. But I mean, you can go back, through movies and say, the such and such character, be like coming out now and someone coming out now and saying, yeah, the Clint Eastwood character, the man with no name. Yep. What if Sergio Leone came out now and said, yeah, he was gay? Yeah, I didn't, he was gay. People say, gay? Well, what do you mean? He doesn't twirl like a fucking ballerina. He doesn't talk like this. He doesn't drink his tea like this. Just like there's a million different kinds of straight guys with a million different personalities who believe a little bit of this, but not of that, and so forth. The fact that you boink, the fact of who you boink, Jesus, man, that doesn't change the fucking how you look at other things. I just find it a wholly ridiculous topic. It's just another, bullshit side issue crap that people like to, focus attention on to separate from the real issues at hand. And it's just, to my way of thinking, it's the overall corporate oppression of everything. I mean, I think the reason that you're seeing things like the North American Union and the SPP, Security Partnership stuff, coming, the reason I think they have to fast track a lot of these measures is that the internet, this wonderful, beautiful, fantastic net neutrality, allows regular people to talk to other regular people. I have no idea how many Americans, for the sake of argument, who had this belief structure on what Canada was. I mean, I always found it stunning when you watch the World Series. Shit, they didn't take it. The World Series didn't take place in a friggin' igloo, did it? You're from the South. I mean, that's not an excuse. You like basketball? You watch the Tar Heels? You know who Vince Carter is? So, we're not mucklucks and, friggin' baby seal hunting or something, I mean, Rick Mercer did a thing on talking to Americans. It's hilarious. Google it. You can probably look for it on YouTube. But in fact, I think I might even have it in my favorites. Rick Mercer talking to Americans. But it's the same thing, man. I've learned more. When we talk healthcare, and Canadians will always compare our system to the American system, which is nuts. We should be comparing our system to, the Norwegian system, really. But I think that's the big problem. People like to think that if you're gay, it's all like la 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 la. Not manly men. When I lived in Toronto, I did a lot of business in the gay community. In the my father was involved with a water company a number of years ago, and my younger brother. Like as if you would do it at Caravana or St. Paddy's Day or any other kind of parade. But, you go down to church and hustle the Canadian, the gay pride. And, of course, all the lewd shit is the only stuff that ever gets, seen on mainstream. But I think if you talk to most Torontonians, the vast majority would say, hey man, go along, get along, live and let live, pay it forward. We're all in this together. We are the world, brother. Cheers.